How you doing today? Hope everybody is doing okay. I am just leaving the store. I have a grocery haul, a small little grocery haul that I want to show you guys. I'll put that video out later on today. But before we get into our conversation, I need for you guys to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I need for you to click the notification bell, so therefore you can be notified every time I drop a new video. Hey y'all, it's Tasha Marie TMR. How you doing, baby? Okay, you guys, today, you know, we've been talking a lot about the holidays approaching. Thanksgiving is only a couple of weeks away. November is rapidly moving in. Time has already been set back. Our clocks have went back an hour, so we've gained an hour of sleep. But it's gonna be getting darker sooner, so that could be gloomy for a lot of us. Okay, but what I want to talk about really quick, you guys, is we gossip a lot about all kind of stuff, right? We talk about stuff that goes on these YouTube streets. We talk about what goes on with the celebrity. We talk about what goes on in our community. But let's talk about what's going on in our houses. So for a lot of us, you know, with the holidays approaching, a lot of people get a little stressed out with the holidays. The holidays can be stressful. And the reason why this conversation is moving me to have it with you all is because when my kids were really small, I have 4 children for my new subscribers. When my kids were really small, I struggled, right? I didn't make a ton of money. You know, I had 4 kids and it was hard for me. Thankfully, you know, I had, you know, my mom and my dad that would always be great grandparents and would look out for me and help me with, you know, providing holidays for the children. But, you know, I never depended on that. If they, you know, if they did something, great. But I didn't strike out saying, oh, mama and daddy, meaning my parents, are going to take care of my kids, going to do something. Yeah, I didn't move like that. You know, I started a Christmas club because my mom encouraged me to start a Christmas club. I started later in life, but what I started doing was I started changing kind of the narrative in our home for the holidays. I wish I would have started this when they were younger, but I started, you know, making my kids not only think like Christmas is all about y'all getting. We started moving things around. We started moving Christmas to after Christmas because I knew then Christmas sales were going to be coming. They were going to be plentiful. So a lot of the stuff that I couldn't get, they definitely would be able to get, you know, after Christmas because, you know, all the sales were started. So this conversation may not be for everybody. There might be somebody watching this video that doesn't have a care about money, meaning they have plethora of it, and yeah, saving doesn't mean anything to them. But then there's a lot of us who do struggle and who are working but just are barely making ends meet. And what I want to encourage you all, and again, this is just some advice. You don't have to do this. If how you do holidays is working for you, then great. But if you know someone, a friend, a family member that's really struggling with trying to, you know, just daily living, or, you know, when the holidays come, anxiety builds on top because we not only have our monthly bills, but now we have the holidays on top of the monthly bills. So November, December, you're spending double money. So what I would want to encourage a lot of people is to take advantage of layaways. You know, Walmart started their layaway, I believe, in September. Also, what I want to tell people, and it might be hard for some people, but try to get you something that's some supplemental income. Probably started in June, midways through the year, so you can already have like a little head start on the holidays approaching. Some people might say, well, I'm already working 40 hours a week. I can't stand to be away from my home any longer. I can't pay extra money for childcare. And you're right. There are a lot of companies that do work at home. There's a company right now called Williams and Sonoma who are hiring for they have catalog service, and they're hiring customer service for the holidays. I believe the job starts in November and goes to January. It's paying $12 an hour, and you can do it straight from the comforts of your home. Yes, it's called Williams and Sonoma. I will try to insert some information either on the screen or in the description where you can go and try to get more information. Now, it's specific to certain states, but if you live in that state and you can, fit it into your time, I would take advantage of it. Like I said, again, y'all, it's from the comforts of your home. So I would just encourage people, like, you know what, y'all, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I wish I would have, the internet was really popping when my kids were little, and I could have, searched some topics on how to deal with holiday stress and things of that nature, just to kind of help me. Now, although my mom helped me a lot, she would just always tell me, because she's like, stop stressing yourself out about the holidays. It's just, but when you are a good mother and you just always want to, provide for your children, and you always want to do the best for your kids, which that's what I am. I always wanted to do as much as I could for my children. So I always felt like when holidays came around, I had to, I had to hit a home run every year. But as time went on and my kids started getting older, I just started believing and understanding, like, that's not what it's all about. So, do what you can do, okay? If you can't go out and buy, the brand new Xbox, the brand new PlayStation, the iPhone 11, 22, 99, whatever iPhone they have now, start your children with understanding. Like, start having these talks with them. Start trying to change things around. Now, I'm not saying don't put up a Christmas tree, don't decorate your house for Christmas to bring in the Christmas spirit, but start having conversations with your children, or even just start changing things around to where they, they don't really even notice that you're trying to change things around for the holidays. Maybe, get them like clothes and stuff to open like on Christmas Day, and then after Christmas you do a big old thing where you guys go out and go shopping and then buy the things that they really want, because like I said, a lot of stuff goes on clearance right after Christmas and well into the new year. I'm sorry, a car just stopped right in front of me. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what I would encourage people to do. Like, baby, don't stress yourself out about these holidays. I know it gets a lot of people down, because it used to get me down, because I was already like, I'm doing enough as it is just to make sure we got food on the table and a roof over our head and clothes on our back. And now we throwing Christmas on top of it. And now, y'all, when I tell you my anxiety would get so high, because I always wanted to make sure my kids were happy. I never wanted to disappoint my children. And, my mother told me, she said, you're not disappointing them. You making sure you got a roof over your head. You're making sure they got food in their belly and clothes on their back. Like, that's a gift all in itself. So, and I know this conversation will touch some people, will make some people think. And like I said, if you are a person who don't have cares about money and can go buy whatever, kudos to you. But there's a lot of people out here that don't have that same blessing. They just don't have it, but yeah, so I would encourage you to make those, small changes. Like I said, most definitely start a Christmas club. And even if your bank doesn't offer Christmas club, you can always do a savings account, and try to, if it's nothing but $10 every time you get paid, or $20 every time you get paid, because we all know we spend a lot of money frivolously and we don't even pay attention to it. Like, just going, we have a lot of people that love Starbucks. Well, some people drink Starbucks every day or 2 times a day. Well, you don't need that. You don't need to, that some of that money can be put into a savings account. There are so many ways that you can combat the holiday blues. And I would just encourage you all to do that. Have the best holiday as you can, because, y'all, there's a lot of people that are very unfortunate. There's also programs like the Salvation Army, the United Way. They do Christmas help. I think that was last year, you guys. I had talked to a friend of mine, And she said the United Way used to give away like Christmas checks. But she said, I think she said they have stopped doing that, or they don't do it. You know, they only help a percentage of families now. You know, all these programs that would help you are not really helping. Also, I would encourage you to start early in the year. Start like in August or September. Reach out to your churches in your community. There's a lot of churches that host families for the holidays, but you can't contact them in November. Sometimes you can, but the earlier you start, the better you are with getting that help. Reach out to someone, even if it's a church you don't belong to, but churches help any and everybody. You don't have to necessarily be a member, but reach out to some of your churches in your community. See if they have like I believe they call it like Christmas. They call it Christmas help, but they're like they'll host a family. Also, if you send letters to certain companies in your community, there's a lot of companies that host families for Christmas. Y'all, there's so many creative ways that you can find to, you know, and then some people might be like, oh, well, that's begging. It's not begging if you definitely need the help. If you need the help and, you know, get extra help to make things stretch, that's never begging. That's called using your resources, okay? There's a difference. Now, if you're a person who don't need the help and you go initiate that help knowing that you don't need it, then yeah, that's abusing the system, you know. But if you're somebody who really could use the extra help, and maybe you don't want to ask family or friends, you want to keep people out your personal business, and I get that, I understand that, I would encourage you to reach out to those type of resources. And again, start early with that. Although this is November, but I'm saying if you feel like, you know, you struggle all through the year and you might be in that situation next year, or then I said also you can still reach out, because it's only, you know, the 1st of November. They might still have, you know, have that help available. You never know until you try. And like I said, reach out to all churches, not just the church that you may belong to, but reach out to all churches. I just wanted to bring that conversation to y'all today, because I know a lot of people might need to hear this. A lot of times people don't know about stuff until they hear about it, you know, and it fell on my heart today to reach out to y'all to let y'all know. Your girl, I've always been the type of person to try to save money and figure out ways to you know, enhance what I already have. So if you can use that type of help, and if you are able to available to those resources, I encourage you to take on those resources. All right, y'all, I just wanted to drop in and holler at y'all real quick. I'll see y'all in the next video. Remember, y'all, sub what you love. Bye-bye.